Hello, and welcome to another stream of Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire game, The Chronicles of House Weirlight. Hello, House Weirlight.
Hello,
Hello,
Tommy.
House Weirlight.
Hello.
Yes, indeed. Been a hot minute since we've all been back together, but back together we are. And we left off on a bit of a doozy, where currently most of the house is scrambling through the hall after some interesting and enlightening information from their captive, Ormund Bulworth, more commonly known as Bleak Ormond, when he revealed himself to be a strange sea sorcerer of some kind, sent from by the drowned god to save the united worlds of man from a coming threat from the north. When winter comes, so too shall it, should the stranger come, or death, or whatever.
Something.
And he might have, he turns out he was in fact behind several of the plots that the House Weirlight have sort of overthrown. Many of them weren't necessarily targeting the house, but the house stopped them nonetheless. Not entirely, but including the Iron Plot, which conspired to have House Dulver and House Tullison to war with each other. Another one that Vivienne aided in ending was there seemed to be some kind of assassination attempt on the what are they called?
Chronicles.
The Chronicles.
I was not going to marry that man ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But his standing is so good.
I don't care.
Yes, the Chronicles. That there seemed to also have been some kind of plot with the Chronicles and the Tullisons as well. Some kind of plot involved there that he also was behind, not to mention some other things here and there. And of course, this most recent assassination attempt, possibly, maybe, according to him, it wasn't exactly what he wanted, and his apparently man just panicked. And thus leading to the near deaths of Prince Oberyn Martell and his consort, the lady sister, exiled sister of Thorsten and Tedric.
You know how it is when you panic. You just take a bunch of drugs and go wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit. Not the most stable individual. But yes. But now we are not looking at any of that as we come back to it. We in fact come to Thorsten. Thorsten Weirlight, Maester, well, actually just Thorsten, Maester of House Weirlight, as you have renounced all titles. Sworn celibacy, that you no longer have ambition of any kind save for knowledge. You will only be horny for books. What as the house convened in Tedric's office for tea with the enemy, what was Thorsten doing on this fine tea time?
What I want to know is, do I know, because I can't remember, do I remember or do I know of everything that happened to Henric with, I mean, obviously I know that Mariella gained that, her heart reading powers and all that stuff. Do I know that the power within Henric is no longer there or not working?
So you haven't really done tests since that night. He's kind of, his attention has been needed.
Yeah.
But nothing. not you're not sure really.
Okay.
You haven't done any tests on his on new blood.
Okay. Well, with that being the case, then with the whole thing going on with Mariella and her readings of the heart. I'd like to see if I can find anything on that within the books that the previous maester left, or see if I can recall anything
Mhm.
from my many years of reading. And
So you're
attempting blood magic.
you're doing research is what you're doing.
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, so I will say the heart reading thing, there's no information on that. No.
I figured.
Not that you have found. That doesn't seem to be a thing that has in your rather limited knowledge about how magic works. And the only magic you really know much about is, the magic that was off practice in your lands, which was, of course, blood magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I'd like to do some research on this new thing that has shown up within Mariella, because I did tell her I would do my best to figure out what was going on.
What was going on? Yeah, sure. So I mean, listen, you roll real dumb, so we'll see if you get
No,
it. Because
rolled real smart.
I will say, with the books you currently have, with what I know you have on you, none of that I know for 100% certain will say anything about this.
Okay.
If you actually want to learn more about that kind of stuff, there's only one place that you know of that you think you could go and learn more about this kind of thing.
The Citadel?
No. Well, maybe. That's maybe. But you know of a place that has you have that both you and your good buddy Clarissa know about, that could tell you more about specifically blood magic and your family's weird connection to the land.
The Book of Asteroid.
Do you no? Guys, stop interacting. You guys don't know. No, do you remember? It's a place. Do you remember it?
I do not remember off the top
The
of my head.
Isle of Faces.
Island.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't 100% sure. Then, yeah, I think Thorsten's going on a trip.
You're planning on a trip?
Yes, I'm gonna plan on a trip.
Alrighty. So you are planning your trip.
And my favorite rocket ship.
Yes, falling through the stars. So you, while you were doing that, which I'm guessing you're in your office instead of your weird dungeon.
Yes.
Then immediately, I will say, what's her name? Catalina. Catalina does rush into your office, Thorsten. And goes, Thorsten, we need you immediately. Lady Mariella is coughing up water.
Okay, let's go. It doesn't even faze me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so she will begin to quickly lead you down the stairs towards the sort of upper terrarium, which is essentially a really high point in the castle where there's no roof, where it's this own little grass area. Almost fucking nobody in the family hangs out here anymore. You guys walk Tedric and you and some of the others walk through it a lot just to get to where the higher towers and stuff,
and to avoid certain people that may be
yeah. This place really, it while is really beautiful and gorgeous and was specifically requested by Lady Vivian to have, has almost never actually hung out here, just because the lighting wasn't as good as everyone thought it was going to be. But it's still nice, but it's just, doesn't work out as well. But yeah, you guys are essentially walking through that area, and across the way, Thorsten, you see a good amount of your family all in a hustle and a tiff around Tedric, who looks walking forward very stalwartly, and you see Henric, you see Vivienne, and of course Cedric, some others as well, kind of nearing him. Towards the back of this procession, you see Nymora walking alongside Ormund. Ormund, who is looking pretty calm. So is Nymora. But the rest of the family seem not calm. It seems like something is going on.
Is Mariella look okay? Is she on the ground?
You don't see Mariella.
Oh. And I asked, I almost said Clarissa. What was her name?
Catalina.
Catalina. Thank you.
Clarissa's younger sister.
Yes.
She's like, she's in Tedric's study.
Well, I'm gonna make eye contact with a couple of people there. That way they know I'm there, and I'm gonna immediately head to.
Yeah, you basically are about to like come around I will say you guys are walking simultaneously at this time. You're about to pass them because you are going where they're coming from, essentially.
Okay.
So Thorsten, you do pass them, and when Thorsten is about to like get near and pass you guys, so we basically are gonna, for you guys, we're gonna pick it back up where we ended last time. Tedric, you're walking forward. You have sent your men to go get water.
A tub.
And Vivian and Henric are just behind you, talking to you. What does that look like, gang?
Yeah. Just can I would like to pull him into an injury, because if I try
Yeah,
to do
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Cool, let's do it.
I'm imagining though it looks like the start of every family fight, just like while you have to get somewhere and be like, we don't have time to stop, but I'm so mad at you.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Henric, I know you want in on this intrigue.
Definitely.
All right. Nymora, you're with the prisoner. Are you getting in on this intrigue, or are you just like, no, I'm gonna be a guard?
I'm focusing on Ormund.
You got
because
it.
I don't trust him to not do some shady shit while they're
Absolutely.
all distracted with each other.
100%. Absolutely, you do your job. All right, and Mariella, we know you are not doing so good back in the thing, so we're going to see you in a second. But all right, so I mean, we know Vivienne is going first, but Tedric and Henric, if you could please roll me a good old
Let's roll.
it is a status roll.
If you got reputation.
Yeah.
Just regular status.
Thanks.
All right, so it will be Vivian, Tedric, and then Henric. So first we need to establish, Vivian, you are starting this intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
And Henric, I believe you are on Vivian's side and not your own.
On my own. No, I'm on Vivian's side. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on my own. All right.
Oh God.
Sorry.
No. Let's
I
hope
need a
that
break
we don't
for
go in
not-
that
It
direction.
last week. It's lame as this week. I'm sorry. Stop.
No, it's not that. I just hope that we don't go in that direction.
No.
Oh, God.
I just-
Water all over my computer.
Oh,
no. My theater
Ready.
brain went off. Ignore me.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
And I'm nervous.
What is the objective?
So, I guess. Sorry, pulling up social history. No, that's actions in past. We don't have the objectives. Would it be service?
It would be
or-
service, I believe.
Okay. Because
Get
I'm
him
getting him
to
to not
fucking stop.
Yeah.
To not do a thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because service is also, if you're begging someone to spare your life, it is service.
Oh. Good to know for later, I guess.
Nah. Just looking at some of you for that. Yeah, so it seems like service is your objective with this intrigue.
Mhm.
Your disposition, I imagine is the highest it is
Yeah,
because it's
if there's something above affectionate, I don't. Then
There's
I'll
not.
take that. But then 100%.
Yep,
Super
love and
affectionate.
adoration, feelings of obligation, and strong loyalty,
Absolutely.
such as one that is shared between many spouses.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And Tedric, I believe that is also your disposition.
Yes.
And Henrik,
Toward the both of them.
yes. Yes, and I imagine yes, I assumed. And then Henrik, I imagine yours is at least friendly, if not affectionate,
I would say affectionate in this case too, yeah.
to your papa.
Yes.
Excellent. Very good. We have established many of those things. Now this is the important part. I know we've talked about this. Vivian, what is your technique?
Can I say? Because this is the thing. Because I guess in this moment, are there any penalty? What would be the charm and convince? Because I guess what I want to do falls in that line, but
Sure.
which one between those two? would
So
be more
it's so
appropriate?
here's the difference, right? So convince is no bandying of words, no gilding of lilies, no declarations of anything emotional, right? Convince is purely direct and just be like, these are the facts. This is why you need to see this way. That la la la. So it's a lot like cutter and dryer and direct, right? You've had to do this with certain men in your lives. Charm, while in many ways in situations it's the flattery and all that stuff, but I see in what you want in this situation, it is much more so convince is appealing to Tedric's like reason and logic, and then charm would be appealing to Tedric's like emotion and like love for you and things of that nature.
Then I think I'll go with charm.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Tedric's gonna get wrecked.
All right. So excellent. So good. All right. So and then Henrik, what is going to be your technique?
I think I would use convince. I'm gonna approach
Convince,
this
yeah.
logically, yeah.
Okay, convince. And then Tedric, you are a defending party. From what I understand of you, I don't think we need to establish anything with that for you at the moment. But we have the actions and tests you can take. We all know what they are. So, I mean, Vivian, if you please start us off. This is one of the first intrigues that I have no character in, so I'm just going to sit back and mediate. Go for it, you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's because Tedric is literally so physically fit that his one stride is probably 4 of mine. So I think it just takes a minute for me to just catch up because I'd like to cut him off to get in front of him. And just be like, darling, I know right now your mind is going places that you think of what to do next. But please, everything that man has promised you with this magic, you've already done. You've already proven to everyone what you are capable of. We couldn't have found out most of what went on without the knowledge that you had of your lands and of your people. You have done more than your father ever could for the Red Land. And if you go through with this, ignoring your family, casting us aside, pushing us away because of this need that I know you have to protect us. You are following in the steps of a dead man. Lean on us, my love, as we lean on you countless times. Please.
All right. Well, I assume you want influence.
Yes,
Yeah. Well,
absolutely.
give it to me.
I say she gets a bonus die or something.
Just from that
Some kind of
powerful
bonus.
speech there.
You are of noble status 4 and up, so I do get a bonus for that.
Very true.
Well, just by
Also,
things that she mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
then it is a +2 modify at the end. Okay. So I'm ready to roll.
It's +5 because you're affectionate.
Jesus, okay.
Right, and then it adds on a +2 because I have the
Yes.
feature charisma.
I'm saying because of your disposition, you also get a +5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like,
Easier to convince.
Yeah. That.
this.
Jesus.
So 29.
Mm.
Okay. Well, let's see. T-Jerk, what is your disposition?
Defense?
Defense. What's your defense, my man?
12.
12. Okay. Great.
I think you just got
So
wrecked.
Are
okay,
we
let's see, that's
still one round
one-
Weirlights if it's
5.
against ourselves?
Yep.
Each
And
other?
that's,
Still
yeah,
count?
I believe that is
No, sorry.
1, 2,
God.
3. Yeah.
It's either 3 or 4.
I think it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is 4 degrees of success. And so that means that's what's your so that's 5. So that's 5 times, so that's 20. And your disposition removes 1 from that. So you now have 19 influence to deal with, Tiedric. How are you going to deal with that?
Okay, well, my composure
Mhm.
is 9.
Yeah. You gotta get rid of at least 11.
And that's taking what's it called?
Frustration.
Frustration.
Mhm.
And I can only do that up to my will score, correct?
Yes.
I can only get rid of 9.
Okay. So, unfortunate.
Yes. I knew going into this teacher would get wrecked.
Damn, Vivian. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so now this is one of, I think, the first times we've really had that a character has won an intrigue with another player character. What does this mean? And this is a good thing that we can talk about. Does this mean that now Tiedric must do anything Vivian says? No, it doesn't. What it does mean is now Jesse, Tiedric's player, now has the knowledge, because it's true. Jesse, you just got wrecked. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
said
nothing-
going into this, I was going to get
Was
wrecked.
Yeah, there's
brutal.
nothing
I
you
was
can
going to
do.
get wrecked.
So there's nothing you can do. You have your composure has hit 0. Now, the only way to not immediately end this right now would be literally to burn a destiny point. Kill it forever is what it would be. And then that would keep you essentially in the running, sort of. What it would do is you could just ignore everything she just said and just you got to get away from her, because if she catches up to you again, she's just gonna wreck you again. If you want to do that. However, that's like a big deal, burning a destiny point, right? That's you altering fate in some way. And that's often what you guys have done that before, but almost exclusively to make sure you guys don't die, right? So I guess, does Tiedric feel strongly enough about this that he is willing to essentially like cast his wife aside.
No.
Okay. So now, Jesse, you know that Tedric, his composure has just been shattered by the words Vivian has just said. Everything you were feeling for, you know that Serena's goal in that intrigue, Vivian's goal, was for you to stop doing this, to not go through with what you wanted to go through with. You have that in your mind. You've just lost the intrigue. You know that's what you wanted. Tedric feels this way. This is not, of course, a way for another player to just enforce their will on yours.
No.
So we don't like that. We don't do that here. But you, as the player, when playing Tedric, just need to keep in mind that Tedric's composure and will has just sort of been nuked by the sweet and kind words Vivian has just said. And she is, at least I know for a fact, you've stopped, probably.
Yes.
Now, yeah, essentially. Yeah, Henrik, you are no longer needed.
I just put my hand out to my father's chest to get him to slow down long enough for my mom to run up and totally
Mhm.
destroy him. Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
Got you, Mom.
Tedric, please take it away. You've heard what Vivian has said. You know the result of the intrigue. Take it away.
As Vivian gets in front of him, obviously he slows down to a stop. And listening to her words afterwards, his head just droops and his shoulders slump. I can't believe that. I was gonna... Once again, Vivian, you have shown that you are my other half.
Tedric. I'm just gonna run up to him and just get as tall as I can because he's so tall, but I want to wrap my arms around his neck.
He'll wrap an arm around her and kind of lift her a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I need to not be like him. Let's settle this properly. And as Tedric goes to turn to face Bulwar, I would assume does he see Thorsten? You're muted.
Thank you. Yes, as you turn, I will say you see Thorsten walking past you. Thorsten, you just kind of heard a bit of that, and you're like, "What?" I don't know if you have like a ton of context, but you see Thorsten hurrying past you. Yeah.
Okay.
He, I think, makes eye contact with you, from what Thorsten has told me.
With my eye contact to him, I try and convey we need to talk.
And I get that.
Being brothers and all that.
Exactly. That and Thorsten knows how to read people pretty damn well.
That too. So instead, I will turn completely now.
Mm-hmm.
Place a tender hand on Henric's shoulder. Give it a firm squeeze. And turn back to Ormund.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's standing there.
Uh-huh. Can I make an awareness roll?
Yeah.
Now, would I use a destiny die to add to a skill that's underneath it?
Yeah, you get if you wanted to spend a destiny point to increase a skill roll. Yeah, you would gain a bonus die essentially.
Okay. Because I think I am going to do that
Okay,
to gain a bonus to notice.
sure.
Because
Go for it.
Tidrick has turned around and now he's going,
Yeah.
there's a reason.
Yeah,
Something is up.
thumbs up. For show.
So it's going to say empathy, but just know it's notice.
Okay. 9. I mean, he's just standing there. You don't notice anything untoward or odd.
Are any of my people around?
I mean, Nymora.
Yeah. Oh, Catalina is walking by
Yeah.
with Thorsten.
With Thorsten, yeah.
Catalina,
She stops and turns.
make sure to have the men bring, I don't know. How much would you say, Ormund? I don't know. You know, cancel the order of bringing the seawater.
Okay. Then she nods and smiles and very well. And then she'll chirp up for a hall boy to emerge from wherever the hall boys are, and then
We don't know
and
They
run
seem to come
off
out of magical holes whenever we summon them.
and run down the way to halt the order. Yeah, excellent. I think we are going to briefly move away from you guys, actually, just for a sec, to Thorsten. You come into Tidrick's office. Yeah, and you see, Mariella. It's only been it has not been long. It's literally been a few moments.
Yeah. All the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You're no longer barfing anything.
Man,
but
first blood, then ocean water. I'm just regurgitating everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Regurgitating all the crap that you've dealt with.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's hard. You've caught your breath.
And somehow this is Henric's fault.
No.
Yeah, but Thorsten, you come in, you see Mariella. I'm guessing she's still on the ground in front of thing. She's not laying down. She's probably sat up on her butt, legs draped to the side, just trying to catch her breath.
Mm-hmm. And it's just basically me at this point because Catalina was whisked
Yeah.
away somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. First of all, how are you feeling? Just to get a.
I will also say Kyle is in here.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Kyle to stand outside.
He will do so.
Then, same question. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Just getting a baseline.
I just ejected seawater from my body? How would you think someone is doing from doing that?
I'm assuming you're taking up better than most because of your
Prior
heart reading.
experience?
Read myself.
Explain. I'm gonna have you explain everything to me, like what caused this, like all of that. Even though me as David already knows, but just so I can piece together stuff.
Do you want me to start from the beginning of this? Like making a gesture to the room and the tea set that's partially still on the table, and the entire thing, or
what caused you to spew up the seawater? That start there.
I touched him willingly, trying to use whatever happened to me, which he says is blood magic. And I found answers through the face of his drowned god. And obviously part of the price was me possibly drowning while on land.
Am I able to make a roll to figure out what drowned god or like that he would have been talking about? That be a education?
Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, knowledge education.
Would that also have any magic within it whatsoever?
Would it be more like religion things rather than?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no for the magic thing in this scenario.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll just education.
Okay.
It's a pretty tame roll.
Mm-hmm. Just a 24. Yikes. Alrighty. Yeah, 24.
Sorry, it's a 28 because I get a +4 from Cunning Maester.
Oh, of course. How foolish of me.
How foolish of me for almost forgetting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the 28, which is insane. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I mean, you've read things about the drowned man, the drowned god, and like their religion of the Islands. Yeah, and there is some rhetoric in there about almost like drowning giving you clarity and things like that, and that you can only find strength and purity by being washed away by salt water, not by like fire or anything. Which is why, like, when you get married in the Iron Islands and you take a salt wife, or when you become, the leader of the Islands, you get like baptized in seawater, but like for a really long time, right? Like they almost drown you and then they pull you back out, right? So that's like a pretty common thing. You're in wildly new territory here, Thorsten.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Seeing as you've never even heard of like the ability to like heart speak, which is apparently you're pretty sure is what Mariella's been doing, and if it is, then something about you conjecture essentially. Then something about Ormund's heart speaks of drowning. And if she's touched by blood magic, then which you do sort of recall something about twins and blood magic. Then Ormund is also touched, but by something different. Something that clearly has to do with seawater and drowning, and whether that actually means it's connected to the actual drowned god. I mean, listen, Thorsten, you've been dealing with blood magic and all this other weird stuff, but that doesn't mean you're suddenly believing that gods exist. But
I'm not ruling it out, but
sure,
it's not at the like.
Yeah,
it's not like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 2.
Sure, it's like the idea is like, is he blessed by a god? I don't know, maybe. Or did he just find something maybe of his blood? Or maybe it has something to do with magic. You really don't know, because every other type of magic you've ever tried doesn't work. The only type of magic that you've been able to do that works is blood magic, which seems very specific to your family and this area. So in your mind, you can kind of guess like, okay, you're pretty sure Ormund is probably a legitimate sorcerer, is probably what is like what your mind, he has activated and found some way that you just haven't, of how to use magic of some kind. You think that could be the only explanation why heart speaking, which has never affected Mariella before, could affect her in this way. That is with what the 28 and all of your education about the drowned man and all that stuff and what he holds significant and la la la, means this guy is probably very devout in your mind, but then also that his devout beliefs are somehow personified. You're not sure how. But yeah, so that's basically what you get.
Okay. Well, while I'm doing all this, I'm gonna examine Mariella as well and make sure that she is in tip-top shape, minus the spewing of seawater. Obviously, that's gonna take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do a diagnose?
Yeah,
Look
absolutely.
over?
If you would like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, right now, Mariella seems fine. She's a little short of breath, but there's no, you examine her, there's no hitching. She seems okay.
Yeah, just because
whatever it was
you
believe
and drown again later in dry drowning.
Yeah, dry drowning. Yep. You believe she's actually okay. You believe that, yeah, whatever happened passed, and she is okay.
And then, after I let Mariella know all of this, I'm gonna let her know that I will explain as much as I can after all this is done, like I said, and I will start from the beginning as best as I can.
All right.
And I will let her know by that I mean well by just obviously I have to touch her while doing stuff so she can see that right off my heart too. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. If there's nothing more wish to be said there,
I think the only thing she would add, because she had mentioned that like she had seen things through this drowned god, was it's like, well, I was able to find out that this Ormund knows of the other person that's been directly influencing her house, possibly the one tied with the confusion with the Danets.
Oh boy. That's the last thing he's going to give up, because after he does that, then
so I suggest we not lose him.
Yeah. I agree.
If you want to go rejoin my father, I can recover here.
Okay, I'm going to send Kyle back in unless you'd rather him stay outside.
No, it's fine. Kyle is happy company.
Okay. And as I exit, I will let Kyle know to go back inside with Mariella and keep her company.
Yeah, I totally let him hang out and have some of the tea snacks and stuff with me.
All right. So then we will cross over to what is happening simultaneously. Tidric, Henric, and Vivian, and Nymora, you are currently facing in the middle of the hall next to this nice little like open the roof terrarium, essentially. That's not a roof, but it's an opening up several stories.
A rooftop garden, yes.
Yes. Facing Ormund, and Ormund's standing there. So teacher, you sound like you were about to say something. What would you like to do?
I'm not sure how
Mhm.
you did it, but you nearly got me. If it wasn't for my wife, you would have been able to go with whatever machinations you were planning.
I merely wish to show you the truth, my lord.
Yes.
If you no longer wish to see it, then I can do nothing to stop that.
Well, we'll put that. We'll put a tab on that one, and we will come back to that conversation later. I'll look to Henric. I'm sorry for the way I acted.
Just
You nearly got me to turn on my family, believing that I was protecting them. It is something I have vowed I would never become. So, instead, how's about we talk about your involvement in other matters that you've pretty much given us just little bits of, but not much.
I have told you the details of my involvement on all those things, my lord, and I would have told you the rest if you had let me show you why all of this is necessary. But you refuse now, so and he kind of shrugs. I have said what I will say. Unfortunately,
All right. Namora,
My lord.
let's take him to back to his room.
Yes, my lord.
Hmm.
Come on. Start escorting him back to
I
his
will.
room.
Walk along with them.
Okie dokie.
I am so prepared to trip him the second that he says something that I don't like.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. Naimora, though, you are escorting him, so if you could please give me an awareness check.
Oh, sure.
Well, I did say I was going with, of course. My
I
awareness
heard,
check is-
I heard. I know what
Right
yours
on him.
is already, though, teacher. So, because
Uh-huh,
Naimora,
uh-huh.
your passive wisdom, I believe, is 8.
Yeah, it's garbage.
So yes, so if you could roll.
Okay. I only have one destiny point now.
Mm-hmm.
So that I didn't die of paralytic poison. So awareness, straight awareness.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost as good as it's gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're
I will spend a destiny point to
Mhm.
because I can just add a flat number to that, right? I can
a
just add
plus
2.
one.
I can add a
plus
plus 1. I will add a plus 1 to get me to 12 because I think that's another TN.
12 is another TN.
I don't think it's high enough, but I'll try.
No, because you only had 2 dice, right? So yeah, so with a 12, you will not be completely surprised as he cooperates, walks directly with you. But as you guys get down the hallway near the corner of the terrarium, you do see him like whip his hand very quickly up into the air. You also notice that his left hand, the one that's closest to you, Naimora, motioned towards you as if he has a knife and is going to stab you.
Uh,
Nothing you can see looks like he's going towards Tedric or nothing. So you are not surprised when he starts like doing something.
okay.
What would you like to do?
I think that I'm trying to not do anything super lethal to him. So I just
Mhm.
want to try and see if I could wrench that arm that he's trying to like make a motion towards me up behind his back and maybe dislocate
Yeah.
his shoulder.
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make an agility test between you and Ormund. I'm pretty sure you've kind of got him in this scenario. But Ormund is a wily adversary. Yeah, so if you could make
Would
me
this
an agility test.
would dodge be applicable at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, for you know, actually for you, for this, yes. Yes, it will. I'm gonna say yes.
Thank you. Thank you, kind storyteller.
You're
Alright.
welcome.
We don't get to see you use that often, though.
We don't.
No, it's not.
You
Just
keep
don't.
hitting things. You keep letting things hit your body.
I do keep letting them hit because if I just use dodge, then I don't have enough actions to stab them back.
It's true.
19.
That's really good. He can't roll that high, so because yeah, he's just a dude. But like,
I want to full on dislocate his shoulder. I just want to wrench it. Right out
well,
of the
we're
socket.
so this is you quick enough
Let
to be
me-
able to grab him before he's
Yeah.
able to do what he wants to do with that arm. So I'm going to need you to make this would be a fighting test. Unarmed.
Okay. Just straight fighting. Then I have no bonus in unarmed.
Okie
so
dokie.
18.
18. That definitely gets past his combat defense of 8. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna say you. Let's see here.
I'm gonna make this man cry.
You didn't. Well, actually, no, you did. No, you didn't. You didn't. You would have crit him if you rolled any 6s. But you did not roll any 6s. If you rolled a 6, I would have definitely let you fully dislocate that arm easily. But in this situation, instead you have just wrenched it up behind his back and fully kind of you definitely feel that you have him in a good position. And then you go to like squeeze his wrist to get him to drop the knife. Except
Just
when you
happy
look
to
at his
not be embarrassed.
hand, yeah, but except the fact that you look in his hand and he doesn't have anything in his hand. And you realize he just tried to stab at you with nothing, literally nothing. And so you have him locked in that position. His free hand that went directly up in the air, however, on his turn now, he just pitches something directly at the ground, and you all hear a shattering noise, which sounds like a teacup being shattered, and the arm that you've definitely injured in your hand turns ice cold. And literally, you all watch as his body turns to like fog, essentially.
Bullshit.
Except, yeah. His body begins to like turn to fog, and your hands begin to slip through Nymora. Except with the 12, you also notice out of the center of the fog, something begins to move out of it that's real small.
I want to grab it.
Yeah, if you want to try and grab it, this is going to be absolutely an agility test.
Okay. Not dodge. Dodge
No,
not applied this time. Okay.
Definitely not.
Alright, I'm gonna try. 15.
15. Okay. This is we're going to go against the roll of the small thing, and we'll see what happens. I don't think so, Vivian. we'll talk about you in just a second. Actually, that's a good point.
Poor Vivian. Cedric is just there watching this, or does he just keep walking?
All
I have my
right.
eyes on Ormond, so
Mhm.
I just
Just fully watch a man turn into a cloud of fog and start trying to roll away.
All right, here we go.
This man turns into a hummingbird.
All right, so we're going to roll his new quick
Yeah.
quickness stats, and we will see.
New
How
wild shape
that-
stats. Yeah.
I
okay.
shouldn't have
Uh-huh.
spent that. I shouldn't have
Mhm.
spent that die.
Feeling a frog. What do you guys think?
Yeah, but I feel like you only see him
I think it's
because
I
you
think it's a
spent that die.
flying thing. I think it's a
Maybe.
flying thing. I think that he's turned himself into like a fucking bat or a hummingbird
Yeah,
or some nonsense. or
Nymora, you
finch.
I'm guessing Nymora, you didn't have quickness, right?
I don't have quickness. No.
That's what I thought. Okay. Because that would have applied here, but
Yeah.
all right. So 15, that's real good. All right, let's see what's what.
You you asshole, you
Force
fucker.
would be a
Fuck you. I'm sorry.
So
Can I spend a
Nymora,
dark side point.
you
It's okay,
you
it's
spent a dark side point. Shut up, David. You lift your hand through the hug, and you just get this weird like scratch on your hand a little bit, and you see a gray and whitish Seahawk
Mhm,
literally begin to take to the fucking skies,
mhm.
and unfortunately unable to grab it. Tedric, you said you walked behind him, so he tried to do something. You, I'm sure, were moving to act as well,
yes.
and Nymora took him, like literally, like got him into a position immediately. Then you see his hand come down and smash, I don't know, like it's literally just the stats of an eagle, like but they're fast. They can fly fast, I guess. But
Have you ever been able to catch a bird?
yeah, with your bare hands.
Good
Like,
point.
Have you
yeah,
ever
very-
tried to
very-
catch a bird? I've picked up a seagull before. But I feel like
seagulls
that's
are
a
seagull.
different thing.
Only chickens and pigeons. That's it. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
so
just walk up to a pigeon.
You
and
see
pick it
him
up.
slam the thing on the ground and say some word, and then you see his body begin to turn to fog in just a quick moment, and then out of the fog, which you see more like dive through to snatch at something, and then you see taking off into the sky a Seahawk.
Can I hurl my bastard sword at it?
Love that.
Also
it has like an injured wing, technically. I
With-
mean, if we're thinking about it.
hoping for the ability to
Soar
hit it,
wing.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
If it was on the same plane as you, then I would let you roll terrible. It would be a very bad roll, but you could. He is he's going up right now, which the bastard sword does not want to go.
heavy thing. Yeah.
It's a heavy thing. If you had like a knife or something,
I have knives. I'm gonna.
Oh.
Yeah, Nymora.
Throw too.
Yeah. So if Tedric has anything that he wants to throw at it, or if he wants to like call
yeah,
for
Tedric,
some,
do you have something on you that's not
You have a gold
full-
dragon.
That's not a.
That's
not a
just piece
bastard
of gold.
I
Pelt it with a
fling
piece
money
of
at
gold.
it.
Listen, a piece of gold is not a light thing. So like,
But it's not like have
try it.
bastard
yeah,
sword
cool.
heavy.
Yeah, sure. If you want to try, it's a marksmanship roll.
Wing
Yeah,
is-
athletics. Or was it athletics or
Marksmanship.
agility?
Marksman.
It's
Marksmanship.
marksmanship, and if you had the thrown,
Oh, marksmanship. Okay.
hmm I think you're really bad at that. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Just fling a fucking.
Nope.
Just throw a quarter at a pigeon.
You're just like, yeah. You just reach into your coin purse and pull out a gold piece, and they're like, ha!
Have you ever tried to hit a sparrow with a quarter?
No, this is not trying to hit a sparrow with a quarter. This is the equivalent of Tedric pulling out a wad of like $10,000 and just throwing it at a bird.
I feel like it flies
So rich.
like
We have so much
maybe
money.
a couple of
It's just
feet,
what
and
we
then it
do.
just kerplunks on the floor.
Oh,
of the
stupid bird.
fucking
Someone's
garden.
Someone's
Yeah.
gonna find that gold dragon later and be like, "I'm set for life."
Oh yeah, any of the servants that walk by here is just gonna be like, but then they're also are like, is it a test? Like,
Should we give this back? Oh no.
People are watching.
is
I know
someone
it.
watching me?
Oh my god.
Naimora, you do have knives.
I do have knives, and I
So
do
this
have.
it would
I
be
do have
marksmanship thrown.
Mhm. I do have
Which
a bonus die and thrown.
Yes, I do not believe you are very good at marksmanship, though. If
I have a 3.
Hey, that's pretty good.
All right, thrown
Alright.
Better than me.
7. God.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
No.
Can I give her one of my destiny die to be
We have
able to do
already
that?
talked about
No.
this, and no, you
I
may
couldn't
not.
remember. Okay.
It is a destiny is your own personal destiny.
hmm
Though many are people's destinies are tied.
I was about to say
Uh,
this interferes with my destiny.
Too bad. Too bad. So sad.
I mean, it does technically involve all of our destiny.
mhm. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
a 7
Yeah.
does not. Unfortunately, 7 does not hit his combat defense.
Ah, fuck that knife! I liked that knife too.
Well,
That's
it's just.
just
I mean,
gone.
you don't lose it. It's. Well, no, you threw
It's
it like
just-
at the courtyard. Like it's 10 feet from you now. Essentially,
It's
you
just
can go
down
pick it
on
up.
the ground somewhere.
Yeah, so you whip out a knife and boom, huck it at this bird. It goes out, and you hear that fucking. You guys ever actually heard like what a Seahawk sounds like? It's
Yeah.
very mocking. It's very mocking. There, it's very gull-esque. But yeah, it's a hot. It less caws and more like crows a little bit. As it then like pumps its wings. How fast are you? Well, flying?
Fast. They're fast.
Very, very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Faster than
gone.
an arrow.
It's gone. He's fucking gone.
Well, he's flown up into the sky now. I will say that if you two like run into the courtyard and look up, you can still see it. It is a bit out of the way to throw your a
Points at it?
knife.
Yeah,
I
and
will say, what is the range of your thrown spear? Do you know offhand?
I do not know offhand. Hang on.
Ah,
I'm gonna
How
call
dare
out
you.
for one of my guards that are on the wall.
I have.
I was about to say, do I see this? Guard, shoot that bird.
Hang on. I have.
Jesse, would you
What do I
like
say?
Tedric? Would you like to call for guards to shoot? To like guards shoot that hawk? Like,
Yes.
okay. I'm definitely gonna need you to make a warfare roll here.
Yeah. Command.
Absolutely. 13. Okay. So you just call that out. There are not many guards near you, and they're just like, what? Just like, got people begin running off, like, shoot hawks, shoot hawks. Like,
It says the spear is close range.
Yep.
But it also
So-
says the specialty is thrown.
yes, which means it can be thrown not that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people throw spears probably a good
Oh yeah,
15, 20 feet. Easy.
true. But
This is
to
like
accurately hit something that big in the sky, pretty hard.
I can make a go of it, but
I will let you if you want, you can try, but I am minusing one of your marksmanship die as this is a very difficult shot.
okay. But would I be able to add my bonus dice and spear?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this is thrown. It's a very different set of skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to do that at all. That would just be.
You would. I have the stats in front of me. If you had because that lowers your marksmanship down to 3, right?
No, my
down to
marksmanship
2.
2, and I
Yeah.
have a bonus die and thrown.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible to hit him.
I'll try.
Fun.
My poor spear. Nope.
Nah. You huck your spear over the wall, and
Yeah, of
you
course.
just see it just disappear, and you're like, well,
To go
yeah.
get that later.
Yeah.
We
Well, at this height, you're pretty sure you need a new spear.
We hear what Tedric is calling in the courtyard?
Yes,
or-
I'm
Okay.
coming to you guys at this moment. After you won, they're going to escort Vivian and Henric. You won. You did it. You've calmed your lord. The moment they he's like, I'm so sorry to both of you. We're gonna go put him in the cell, and we're gonna talk about later what to do with him. Where do you two go?
Well, I immediately am going to go back to the tea room because Mariella was in there. I'm
Yes.
like, cool.
Mhm.
Dad's okay. I'ma go.
Mm-hmm. All right, Henrik, you too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you get in there. The moment you get in there, you kind of open the door past Kyle, who's just standing there. And is like, "My lord, ma'am," and you go, and he's still holding like the picture of a pitcher of something. You don't know what, but
I'ma get a cup of it.
yeah, cool.
Doesn't matter
It's-
what it is.
It looks like
Pour, Kyle.
it's the pear wine.
Oh, nice. Big pour, Kyle.
Big pour. Of course, I think no small pours in this castle, ma'am.
Proud of you.
Been trained well.
Yeah.
You go in there and you see Thorsten looks like he's just finishing up, checking up Mariella, and from the look on Thorsten, it looks like she's okay.
Good. All right. Are you all right, darling? Do you need anything?
As long as we've managed to hold on to our guest, I believe.
Oh, that's should
Don't-
be more than. I was
There
able to,
and
we were
Nymora are with him. Don't
Mm.
worry. They've
We
got
were able
they've
to calm
got
we
taken
were
care
able
of.
to calm your fathers down from that madman's tics, and everything should be fine.
They're escorting him back to his room. Should be okay.
Mhm.
Do
Should
we
be able to talk
suddenly
to him
hear
later.
like Arthur, get your bow?
Shoot the hawk!
After a few moments of you talking and going like, "Oh, well, your father will leave," and then you hear some kind of shattering sound in the distance. You're like, that's odd. And then you just hear, and then you hear Tedric yell out like, "Guards! Guards! Shoot the hawk! Shoot the hawk! Guards!" And which is very confusing to all of you.
Who brought a bird into the Elden Hall? This
Okay, so
day.
I've seen a guy turn into a snake. I'm gonna head out. I think after I hear that,
Wish I had
Mhm.
my bow on me, but I
I'm
don't
gonna go
carry it around
check
just
on
normally.
father.
Well,
I
Well,
want to
that,
see
that is
what's
the
up.
question, Thorsten. What do you have in your office? What other weaponry? Because you made the joke
Well,
that
this
like.
is Tedric. This is Tedric's
Oh,
office.
excuse me. Yes,
there is
Tedric.
in Tedric's office. There is a fuck off tower shield.
Mhm.
Also up on the no, actually, it wouldn't be in his office. Yeah, and his bastard
I
sword
do have
he took
other
with
swords
him.
in there, but yeah.
There are swords. I will say on the wall there are
But,
several.
like,
there's
no
short blades,
crossbows,
long
no
long
arrows.
blades,
In your
things
father's
like that.
office, absolutely not. No
Good
marking
point,
Oh
good
God,
point.
of
no,
any kind.
no, like anything like that. Fuck no, absolutely not. He's a
Okay.
one in marksmanship. Your father is famously
Shitty at
was
at
nearsighted. Like
He
yeah.
also hates archery, from what I
That
heard.
is- oh.
Oh yes.
I've
He
had
al-
really
Tedric-
bad experience
Tedric
with
only
archers
likes
in the
boar.
past.
Tedric only likes boar hunting because you have to use spears.
Mhm.
He hates buck hunting, which is much more popular in the Reach.
I
Uh,
absolutely feel that a archer is a coward's way of fighting.
Mhm. Sure, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Okay.
Because you
Don't
know
feel
in
that
their
way
face
now.
when you see them die.
But
Yeah,
I can see it for hunting. I
yeah.
just don't hunt.
I'm
I'm above that.
We don't.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
All right. So unfortunately, no, there are no long range weapons in his
okay.
office. All right.
I'll still go down and check.
Yeah,
It'll
Henrik,
take me a while
Henrik,
to
you,
get there.
Henrik, yeah,
Yeah.
you run out. You see in the middle of the courtyard, the tail end of Nymora hucking her spear into the sky,
This looks really
and
sad.
and Tedric just screaming around him to like people off in the distance who seem to be running, and you don't really know what's going on, and they're both looking up, and you don't see Ormund anywhere.
Oh god. Okay.
What are you doing?
I just take a minute. I take a full minute. No. Okay. No more is what happened to Ormond?
So you run up to them, is what you're saying? You
Yeah, I run up- yeah.
run
He
up to them.
turned
Yes.
into a fucking bird.
Okay. I was afraid that was the case. All right.
Really? Because I wasn't expecting it.
That
And now he's gone.
do
Off
we see
flying
the
into
bird
fucking
still there, or is
distance.
it like? is it just really off?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make a roll, Henrik, it's a awareness roll. If you want to see if you could, because I will say Tidric and Imora are still looking at it. They haven't lost sight of it.
Okay, that's athletics. that's a
Tidric's
different
still
thing.
yelling and pointing at the
Yeah.
fucking bird.
Shoot the bird.
Shoot her!
Shoot her.
Yep. Oh god. Okay.
11. Yeah, I'm
11.
gonna say with an 11. Yeah, you see it. It's a gray bird on the blue sky. It's just far away now, but yeah, there's like a big, what you would say is probably like a hawk or an eagle or something. And you're like, I don't got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, I've got nothing on me. I'm not also a sword guy, even though I can use a bow. So yeah.
Just standing there with our
I
hands
just
on our hips.
yeah. I just turned to to my father, and I was like,
Now what?
could be that he's just gone. But Father, do you want us to try to arrange a hunting party to find him?
He's not gonna stop. Unless he has other
I
business
mean,
out here,
even
he's
if it's
not
just a
going to
bird, they're
stop.
gonna have to come land eventually.
Yes, I know birds. They will land eventually. But this is a magical bird.
In more
It's a
cases, the
man
magical.
bird, if you
I think it's
will.
more of a
A
magical
man
Tidric
man.
isn't sure how to handle this.
Okay.
I mean, he has to. He's not going to be able to resist trying to do something. He kept going on and on about how he was the only
No,
person who could save the country.
I think
We'll
because
see
he's
him
gotten away,
again.
he's gonna come back eventually, but he's gonna be smarter than I. Jim, Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, old timey. Like, is it possible to just go hunt a bird down?
yeah.
Like, okay,
Absolutely. In fact,
oh, or,
Mariella's like gift for her birthday was that she's been practicing a thing is falconry, where you send a falcon to go fuck up birds.
okay.
So if Mariella wanted to go get her 2 falcons that have fully trained to like murder cranes and shit to go after that fucking eagle, yeah. And so in your mind, it's so funny because like most men don't do falconry because it's like, tis a woman's hunting. But that was up until it got really popular by this one French king, and then men started doing it. And they're like, women have no place falconry. It's like and then like we invented it, and they're like, shush. But we're in Game of Thrones. But yeah, no, falconry is probably the most popular hunting sport within women. You know, your sister from the letters you received, she has done plenty of falconry at Highgarden.
Yeah.
They fucking love falconry in Highgarden. The skies are blue and it goes on forever. There's literally nothing in your way. Just plains forever. So it's real good falconry.
Okay. Knowing that, I'm gonna turn to my father and be like, this might be a long shot. Literally. Sorry, Henrik doesn't make that joke. Maybe he does. I don't know. But
It would be hilarious.
I think he does. It feels like a Henrik joke. But anyway, I'm gonna try to organize a small hunting party to see if we can find him. If not, then we're gonna have to make another plan, Father. But
Go. Do it.
okay, back. I'm gonna send someone else to get my cousin Darren, right?
Darren, yeah, he's
Our other hunting guy in the party
yeah.
in the group.
He's
Yep,
the
okay.
apprentice to the master of the hunt.
I'm gonna go grab him, and I'm gonna run off back again to Tedric's office. To
Take what's his name with you? Your half cousin?
That's
That's
our
just a
other-
cousin. That's just a
Cool
cousin.
Christopher's sister's son.
That's how
Crispin.
cousins work.
There's Darren. I think Tedric's talking about his sister's son. There was
Crispin.
other hunters too.
Crispin.
Crispin,
thank you.
that's it.
Yeah, I'll get him too. Yeah, that sounds tough. Get him
Mhm.
too. He's got his cool hunting dog. But I'll
Yeah.
go back upstairs to the place I was not 5 minutes ago. Ask Marilla's permission to use her birds.
Would
lot of
they
running
accept
for Henrik.
his commands, or do I need to do this?
You
It
gotta
would be
Yeah.
you, Mariella.
Cool.
run up.
I'm gonna have Carabao saddled and everything.
Yeah, so you guys are so Henrik,
Great.
I'm gonna need a warfare roll from you.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, to see how quickly you get the troops together.
Okay.
Got any specialties in warfare?
Oh, not yet, because my dad
Okay.
didn't take me to war. Remember the last time?
Yes, I did.
No, you
He
didn't.
didn't. Oh, I remember I stayed here.
Well, what we're not talking about, like the original.
He's saying
before we
he has taken
started.
you to war before.
Yes, the big war,
Yes.
yes, but the recent civil war.
The
no.
tiny war.
That wasn't a
baby
Not,
war.
not,
Yeah.
not one where Henrik would have potential command.
Yes,
Yes, that is
been
true.
old enough for.
All right,
Okay,
go for it.
can I use a destiny point to gain a bonus
Yeah.
die? Okay, cool. I'll
Yeah,
do it.
absolutely.
No, this command, yeah.
Ten. Okay, yeah. You're putting people into gear. Yes, Mariella.
I got a question because I am of the
Yo.
ladies of the Falconry Brigade.
Yeah. hmm
You
Would I
are.
know if any other ladies brought their falcons?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Like most of your friends, because it's a great excuse
Ladies.
to get the fuck away from all the men in the castle and go
You're
get
the
drunk
main
on
Falcon
horses.
Queen, so
Yeah,
yeah.
so
You
brought the
I will
falcon.
absolutely like get Kyle to
Yeah.
run around and collect the ladies and say that we're gonna have like a falconry thing. It's real quick. There's something.
Surprise falconry.
There's a
Falcon
surprise
contest,
falconry.
yes.
and
hunt.
there's a great prize.
It's
yes.
a great prize. We've just spotted something in the sky it's a rare target.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna need a roll from
Yes.
you then. This is less warfare. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably
Excuse the slight behind the scenes as I bring up my sheet, people.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're gonna say this is probably either persuasion charm or deception charm.
Persuasion.
Okay, we're gonna say persuasion.
This feels more like normal wedding hijinks. Us just catching a bird for some reason. Just
I've
feels
got
right.
a question. Would my favorite of nobles help me?
Yeah,
Awesome, cool. I'm just double checking.
absolutely.
All right, favorite of nobles things. Math
Aw.
correct.
Oh,
Just
So there's that plus
Yeah.
2 from charismatic, so a total of 18.
All right. Yeah, that's really good. Absolutely. Yeah, you both of you just organizing your groups. I will say you also know Henrik that Peter Primaris is here, and you know he won every archery contest he's ever been in. He won the Royal Archery contest. Like
remember that? Yep.
he did not even really try and won gold. Like, and was sort of like about it. Like, which, you know, him and Darren have begun to hang out, so that's pretty easy to get him involved.
Good.
Number of days I remember. It's fucking funny.
Everyone hates Peter. Oh,
He's not your kid. Who cares?
He was hanging out with
like
the
a-
one-eyed dudes in King's Landing. Come on.
was
It
it like
was.
was it like a scoreboard where it was like it
Yeah.
was at like 141?
Yeah,
More
Which
days
was
since I
back to
remember
zero.
Peter.
You're like, oh,
we have gone so many days.
He also
to bring
bitched that he
Peter.
did not get the lamb pies.
Yep. Yeah. So Henrik, you get Crispin, Darren, and Peter all up on horses, and you get your guys. You hook up with your sister, with all the girls, with their falcons,
So fun.
and stuff. And then you both ride out, and then the two groups are like, "Oh, we're riding together. We're going okay." Like you just
We're going.
Yeah, so post wedding celebration.
Lords
Let's go.
versus
Come on,
ladies.
yeah,
We're
come
gonna
on.
see who gets it first.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. I will fully say, Ashella, who has falconed and is a part of that group, does specifically say, no. Like,
It's totally
Alright.
fair.
That's fair. She doesn't have to do anything.
I'm going like, but
Okay.
do tell me what happens. And she just like leans fully
Sips
back.
her
That's
drink.
totally fine. It's
Yeah.
like I'll be like, it's gonna be a lords versus ladies thing. We're just
Ooh, very fun. Win.
plan to.
Good. And then also tells you, Henrik, don't lose.
I think like as I'm like organizing, got it. I run by everyone and then run past like her room and then stop, go back, and remember to like kiss her and say goodbye. Got it. Okay.
Good.
Promise.
Don't lose.
Oh, promise. Yeah.
Like good. Just yep. And then you guys all go off. Vivian, I will say after like all this mess, your parents are running around and you're just like, what? You're not even sure what's going on, other than possibly Ormund has escaped or something. And now everyone wants to hunt a bird. And Vivian, what's your cunning?
Hold on. Let me see. My cunning is 3.
Okay. Pardon me.
Middle of the pack.
Yeah. Means your base cunning is 12 then, yeah?
Passive? Yes.
Passive cunning, yeah. Yeah, if it's 12, yeah. So if it's 12, then I would say through deductive reasoning, you believe that Ormund might have escaped or put some kind of sensitive documents, probably on a bird, to send off, so your people are off to...
Makes sense, of course.
And you're like, oh, and like, look, you didn't have to say anything. It sounds like everyone's on it. You're so proud of both of your children getting involved.
Look at them hunting birds.
Mhm.
So, good day. I'm gonna sit.
Good. And I will say, Vivian, you were then contacted by a servant saying that Lady Ashella Weirlight wishes your presence for tea.
Of course. I'm just so happy now because I'm just like, good, save my husband from doing something crazy. Everyone is like, and I'm just so proud of like my daughter. We're hunting a secret bird, but she's using it to promote that she's fun and getting people together, networking. I'm so proud. So this is just from bad to good. And yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my stepdaughter, my daughter-in-law.
The secret bird, the unknown sequel to the Secret Garden.
Yeah.
Indeed. What is your explanation? It doesn't sound like you have one, Henrik.
So far, everyone just thinks we're fun and spontaneous, and it's a normal after wedding event.
This is assuming that if that the bird turns into a man.
Sorry,
You have
I
no
am
idea
going
how
by
this shit works.
D&D
It's
rules,
like
and
one of
just as
those-
soon as he gets to low enough hit points, he just turns back into a guy.
Aaron,
We don't know.
Aaron,
You really
it's
have
like
no
one of-
idea how this works.
No,
No.
Yep.
I got you. Mary Ellen knows exactly what's gonna come out of her mouth.
Okay, we'll deal with that problem once we find the
Yep.
bird. It's okay.
We gotta get it first, and then we can worry about everything else later.
One problem at a time.
I don't know that one. Yeah, absolutely. So we have, before you two groups are rushing after it, I will say with Tidrik's role, a castle guard with a bow will get a shot at Ormund Bird of Ormund.
All ready to go, and just some
The
guy
bleak
Castle just
bird.
gets it immediately.
Ormond.
Shit.
All right, let's
Okay.
see here. Guard. All right. Guard.
Come on, unnamed guard. You can
On
earn
guard number
yourself a
3.
name.
What
can do this.
is your marksmanship? Well, I guess this would be an archer, actually. Okay.
Archer, earn yourself a name. You can do it.
Earn yourself a name.
You can be like John.
This is true.
But I don't want it.
Okay. Oh, it's just guards. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Gonna
Just
try their
guards.
best.
Yeah, I mean, they're not bad. Listen, guards, listen, if they had to use their pole axes, which they're very good with.
You throw that?
Oh yeah, they're a threat. But yeah, no one's really actually that good with long range stuff. But it's definitely possible. Let's see what happens.
I'm seeing a flaw in our defenses here.
Well, it's less
Possibly.
that. Well, the whole thing is generally you don't have to be that accurate when there are 5,000 men shooting arrows in one general direction. You're gonna hit something.
Nomura, you can bring it up with Cedric.
Yeah, we'll have a talk.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Usually archers are shooting down. Let's see what happens. Okay. Boop. He missed, unfortunately. Had a real good chance, but he just missed. Just goes right by, and just like a couple other archers go off. Just like shit. Yep. Alrighty. So down to our pursuing groups. So first we're gonna need someone to lead you to where that fucking bird is. So that means we're going to need a survival check. Who would the group like that to be?
One of the menfolk.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
I would
feel like
probably
you should-
say either Crispin or Darren or Peter. One of them would be real good.
I'm thinking either Darren or Peter. I think I want to go Darren because he's been the
Okay.
real hunting guy for a while.
Yeah, he is your cousin.
He-
Yeah,
he-
sure.
Well, he's also been with the Huntsmaster, so
And
Yeah,
he's
good at the
he
woods.
knows our lands for like the past
Yeah.
couple of years. He's living with
Yeah.
us, so I trust him.
That's true. Excellent.
Don't
Yeah.
Involve him, earn his loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Finn's already done that. She's done master work with Darren so
Mhm.
far.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hooking him up with that Craig
Cool.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A fun time at the wedding too, for sure.
Oh yeah. All right. Good old Darren Manning and his survival and track.
Remember when someone wanted to like fight him to the death because he was hitting on his brother's fiance?
Oh, yeah.
More like perving on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't great.
All right. Yeah.
Darren.
That is what he needed. So
There
yeah.
you go.
Darren.
66.
Darren adjusts where you guys need to go, and eventually you guys will now are able to make an awareness test. It will be lowered because of Darren's skills to try and see if you could just see that fucking bird.
Both of us make it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Awareness. It's gonna be straight.
The
for
notice
me.
would be if you have.
Regular awareness, yeah.
Um,
I think just regular one. 7.
Okay,
a
Okay.
12.
Mariella, yeah, you spot it.
Cool. I release
You
my
look up.
fucking falcons.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so if you would like to release the falcons, it is going to be an animal handling test. That
Cool.
is how you hunt
Cool.
with falcons.
Would
Did you
train
name
apply?
them?
Yeah, Fallon
Yeah,
Khan.
yeah.
Falcon-
Falcon.
No.
But say you have had these birds for like canonically
They,
like
they would
2
not
years.
be called Fallon Khan. I tell you this right now.
Yes, of course. You can tell us their names later. We
Later.
have had them for quite
We'll
some time.
brainstorm it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so we'll make an animal handling. Yes, train would be a
Cool.
part of this.
All right. Da-da-da. 16.
Yeah, hell yeah. These falcons just fucking shoot out. Everyone else releases their falcons, yeah, you see one of your falcons just flies way past the bird, turns around, goes up, and then just dives directly towards it. And there's a fucking bird fight.
Oh shit!
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
dog
that's
fight
right,
with
everyone. Bird fight.
Fuck your drowned god. I come
Yeah,
at you from the
out of
sky.
curiosity, were you
Didn't they
expecting
call
to?
Titans dog fights?
Serena.
Did you name them yet? Pokemon theme begins.
Tony,
I
were you
use
expecting
fly,
to roll a bird
bitches!
fight today?
Quick, peck!
I
Use
doubt he was
peck!
expecting this.
No, I had no idea what was going to happen, honestly. I'm just rolling with it, you guys.
I will say right now, they
That's
are
the
not
best.
called like Pidgeotto and Spirit. That's not the names. No.
All right, so they go right after it. It hits. It claws at him. Thing, and then that does 4, so 4 damage. Does 4 damage to the eagle. The eagle caws in pain. The eagle will attack back with its blinding claws. Well, that's on you guys, but you wouldn't do this on this. So that's 2 damage, and the combat defense is okay. And okay. Oh, sorry. I made that private. Sorry, that's my bad. That's every time I go to an unmarked character sheet, I have them all set to private. Just in case
I wouldn't even know whether or not it hits. Like I don't have the Falcon stats.
Oh, well, that's true. I have the stats in front of me. Just in case. Yeah. So one of the the eagle. You see the eagle grab at one of the falcons. And just like rip one of its wings off and kill it. And many of the falcons are swarming around it, and it's trying to fly up and away from them. It was, by the way, it took a bit for you guys to get here. You kind of had to push the horses. But yeah, it's starting to fight off the falcons, but it is clearly injured, and it's just wants to fucking get the fuck out of here.
Falcons are fighting. Can we try to make a couple shots?
Yes,
Or
if you
do-
would like.
okay.
Yeah, you want Peter to?
Yeah.
Cool. Peter's like, I might hit a falcon.
That's fine.
And
I'll
each
buy
girl,
them all
Buy them a
new
new
falcons.
Falcon.
each girl individually is like, don't hit my falcon.
Okay.
You can hit the other falcons, just don't hit mine.
Don't hit my falcon.
And he's just
Is that
like,
Peter?
okay. The most that many women have talked to me simultaneously ever. Yeah, Peter will take a shot.
Oh, I hope Peter meets like a nice falcon girl.
As long
Hey,
as he
this might
doesn't
bring 'em
kill their
together.
bird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I killed your bird. Here, I'll marry you.
No,
No.
not like that. Jesus.
All right.
I love how in my notes it just says bird fight.
Bird fight.
Bird fight.
Gist of it.
Ooh.
And
Fuck,
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see it goes directly through the eagle, and the eagle goes and hits the ground as it has been shot. And Peter just goes, "Oh, cool," and we'll begin to race over towards it.
Love
Yeah,
Peter.
stick
Yeah,
with
Go, go,
him.
go, 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 go.
Also go with Peter.
Cool, yeah. You get there, and there is a
Naked man.
eagle.
Okay,
No.
thank God. Okay, a person.
It's an eagle
Okay.
on the ground, shot through the heart,
Okay.
dead. There's a dead eagle. It's like a
Okay.
sea hawk,
Okay.
some kind of sea version of an eagle.
I kind of look to Henrik. It's like this is like not saying anything, but like giving a look. It's like, is this the one that we wanted?
I give her a subtle, like
Okay.
eyes wide nod. Yeah. I don't know any other way we could have gotten it other
Alright.
than it died, but still.
Yeah, so I think with that, it's like do like a couple claps and pronounce like Peter to be the winner
Yay!
of the impromptu hunt. We don't get these here like ever, so
So
we
we
thought
had to
to make this an event.
Kill it as fast as.
Well, we thought to make
We're
it
just
an
Oh
event.
no, oh no! All the rich kids are like,
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Like,
We have to-
yeah,
of
a
course
rare
we kill
bird you
it.
never see here. Of course, we have to rush to murder
We
it.
have
Like,
to
that's
kill
absolutely.
endangered
everyone
species.
nods.
Of
Yeah.
course, thank you. Yes, we all get it.
Yeah, I think
All the
Wh-
rich 18-year-olds.
it's like I do probably very slightly lean over to Henrik and suggest like we slit its fucking throat and collect it and bring it back.
No, I was gonna agree that we need to take it back. Okay, fair.
Yeah, pick it up, and Peter's like, awesome. So what do I win?
We have a fresh batch of new horses in the stable, and you get to make a pick.
He's like, oh,
I know that Scarlet has her collection of things like that,
Cool.
but we have that. We also have some extra time if you would like to spend some extra time down here within the reach, maybe visiting with Darren and the other possibilities here.
oh,
Possibly for
thank
visiting?
you. Yeah. I will say, as Peter's like, with the reaction of horses.
Well,
you
it's like we've
will-
got that, but in addition to like bringing in like some of our huntsmaster and more
Yeah.
possibly
Hey!
extra time within the reach away
Get
from his
all expense-
family.
Well, hold on,
hunting
hold
trip
on.
to the
Got-
reach,
will you-
yeah.
will you-
Yeah.
Trying to say a thing.
Go for it.
When his reaction to that, one of the girls, specifically, oh no, her name is in front of me.
Beesbury? Is it a Beesbury?
Is it the beast? No, Aaron. It's one of your friends.
I've got a couple.
I know. So, oh god, I don't have. Where is her name? Okay, so from Highgarden.
Yes.
Is it
Not the northern girl.
Okay.
The other one.
Oh wait, this is the handmaid of the northern girl?
Yeah.
Okay. I do have it. Hold on. Give me a hot second. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. You can keep going. I will find the name.
You'll find the name. Yeah, I
I'll
don't
find the
have her name at all. I'm very sad. Is it Flora?
No.
No. That's not
I can
right.
tell you right now it's not.
Sorry, I just
It's been a
I
hot
knew
minute.
that.
You're fine.
Yeah. Just need
And anyways,
ha-
yes, her.
yes. Hold on, sorry. I just realized that I just noticed that I didn't have a thing.
This
Okay,
is
that
Eve.
Eve.
Eve. Oh, just
Eve. Handmaiden
Eve.
to Mina.
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
So Eve, who is she's a little saucy. Well, she's friends with Mina, but yeah, Eve will go over to Peter and be like, "Oh, well, I mean, Peter, I really like horses, and I would really like. I mean, I like if you don't seem to mind. It's just like Peter's like, oh shit,
Mhm.
come on.
I think there's like a smile. It's like
Can
I'm
I-
trying
can-
to get you connections.
Can I like go to Peter's like Peter's like a avid huntsman. I think Mariella, you told me like this girl's name like in your letters and stuff about all your
Yeah.
friends. I'm like,
yeah, you know this Eve, yeah,
You've met her when you came in.
yeah,
and-
no, we met during
you
like
met
the
her.
breakfast and everything. Like, yeah, I'm sure Peter would love to show you like around and like especially on his new horse.
and she's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah,
Just nudging Peter like, dude, come on, girl.
yeah, and he's just like, sure, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, I guess we'll go see the horses. And yeah, you guys go off. You pick up the eagle.
Yup.
It's
Stab,
super
stab,
dead.
stab.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
And
gotta
it's-
double tap shit sometimes.
You
Just in
gotta
case.
double tap.
Mhm. As you guys ride back into the main wall of Theolden Hall, stood there, you do see Orton, and he like looks at Mariella and Henrik and are like
I make like a very small hand gesture of like ascend.
yeah, like okay.
We do a nod.
And you're just like, and you're holding the eagle, and you're just like, it's fucking dead. And
Yeah,
he's just
it's-
like,
Yeah, I imagine
Okay.
it's like tied to the back of like Henrik's like saddle or something. It's like,
I'm like,
Yeah.
I've like got it by string by the legs, I think.
yep. Cool. What do you do with the eagle?
I'm gonna take it to Thorsten's laboratory,
that's
office,
probably-
whatever the fuck he calls it, dungeon. I don't know.
blood lab, yes. Bring it to the blood lab.
All right. Do you let
was- it-
Thorsten
it was
know
in the
about that?
Yeah. Well, not that we found the eagle. I'll just say ask a servant to like send for Thorsten
Okay.
to
use
his
in
private
office, yeah.
study.
Yes,
Yep.
his study.
Thorsten, you are. It is let you known that Henrik wishes to see you in your private sanctum.
I head to my private sanctum.
Mariella's still with
And
us.
Mariella, I assumed Mariella was doing like the look, and these are the horses.
Yeah, I probably like lead towards like
yeah.
the area and guide the group.
You're distracting all the
away.
kids
Yes.
still.
Yeah, but before
Mm.
she goes, though, I will like grab her and like, oh, we can actually just talk. When I just use like, I'll use our new twin power and just like,
Twin power
grab.
activate.
Yeah,
Mhm,
dynamic twins. Yes.
mhm.
Just grab her and mentally say, thank you for taking care of this. Meet me and Thorsten later if you can.
Where?
And in his
She
office, his
doesn't-
laboratory.
But she
Oh,
doesn't
shit.
know
She hasn't
about.
been there. That's
It's
right.
it is literally a secret place. Which
Oh shit. Okay.
maybe then you'll say you'll meet up with her later.
I'll find you. Yeah, I'll meet up with her. Yeah.
Yeah, I will disengage and proceed to like show Peter the selection of horses that he can now
Mhm.
pick from. Or if he
Uh,
would prefer,
yeah.
it's like we maybe have started like it's like I know that with the Birch songs they have like their hunting dogs and things, so it's like we do make the
Mhm.
offer of he would prefer a hunting dog over a horse.
Hunting dog,
he
one
would
horse.
definitely really he would definitely really like a hunting dog.
It's like we
Um,
can definitely like have that. We have that option. It's just we tend to be slightly more well known for our horses, but if the dog is more
Sure,
appealing,
yeah.
he
You
has
talk.
the option.
Yeah, you talk with them about that. Yeah. So yeah. Henrik, you go to the dank lab, the
The
dungeon
dark
lab.
room. Yes. Mhm.
Thorsten, you arrive later and you see Henrik holding a dead ass eagle.
I think I've like put
Right.
it down on like whatever slab that I was probably on like a few days ago. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming I was told what happened because obviously I was leaving.
Yes. You were leaving, but yeah, you heard that apparently he turned into a bird.
I point to him like, this is him.
I didn't see him turn into a bird, but I believe this is him.
Okay.
You don't really get these kind of birds around here, so
Yeah.
Mari was right.
I'm-
This is a rare bird. This was a good hunting experience either way. And
I'm going to start doing my thing, examining it, and
you want to dissect the bird.
I'm gonna. I mean, it's. I'm gonna dissect it first to see if it's different from a regular.
autopsy first. Is it still an
bird?
autopsy if it's a bird?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a bird topsy.
It is a necropsy.
Oh,
There you go.
Fun fact for
But-
the day.
thank you.
But if it was once a man, is it still that though? I mean,
God,
Well,
I
right
don't-
now,
this
so
is-
it would still be a.
This is real existential already, guys.
Yeah. So you're gonna make we're gonna say call this a healing test.
just a straight healing.
Well, what are the specialties you have in it?
Treat injury, diagnose, and miracle worker, which is my like feat for.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna say this is diagnose because you're just like, the fuck am I looking at?
Okay. Ooh. I'm going to use Lucky Maester and re-roll that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Much better.
God.
Okay, yeah. So for all intents and purposes, Thorsten, this is a bird. It's a bird. The only thing weird about it is the contents of its stomach,
Tea and biscuits.
which is yeah, tea and biscuits, which is a bit odd.
Jesse.
Jesse's just dying over there. I love it. I just imagine this bird just sitting down with a cup in its talons.
Yeah.
Now with me noticing all this now, is there anything in blood magic that I've read and studied to know anything that I can do to further prove that this bird was once a person, or change him back?
If you would like to make a straight knowledge test about arcane, you could. Now that you have seen this bird.
So I do get +5 test
Yes.
dice because this is magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a +4 for being a cunning maester. Wow. Wait. I should have rolled 11 dice. Why is that?
I don't know.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Because you didn't do it right.
It's still.
Do you have wounds or anything somewhere on your sheet?
Oh, you know what? I probably do. I have 1 wound.
That would have been taken away a die. So yeah.
Yeah, but not all of them. There we go.
Ah, yes, all is
There we
right
go.
with the world now.
Jesus, that roll.
Yeah. Okay. Fucking.
Look at that face. Look at that face right now.
What can I say?
Yeah, gotta remember to murder you later.
Just send a toddler.
Send a child after me with a
Send
Yeah.
a toddler
Perfect.
with a fork. That'll
Gotta
do
get
it.
you alone though. Last time I nearly killed you, but Nymora was there. Nymora had just left to go do lesbian things. It would have been we would have been dead. All right. Yeah. So you have learned ways to alter physical forms with blood magic. Nothing to this fucking extent. However, you do have a small ritual that I'll just say with a 40 you perform.
Okay.
And yes, this bird had magic near it for sure. Like you confirmed that with this weird curdled blood, and you're just like, yep.
Huh?
Magic was done on this bird. But yes, no, this is, as you can see, this is not like D&D where you transform and then after you run out of hit points, you turn back. He turned himself into a bird and then was murdered and now has died as a bird.
Really
Dead
suck
bird.
for him.
May he go to bird hell.
Nothing but cats.
Nothing but cats in bird hell.
The
Yeah.
drama theater play, not real cats.
It's also that's
Saying,
truly horror.
What a fitting end to die as an animal.
Yeah, so what do you want to do with it? You're pretty sure it was you're pretty sure from the things you've confirmed. Yeah, this was him. Magic was done on it, and yeah, you don't. Yes, you rolled a 40, so that's fucking insane. You think you might be able to recreate how he did it, but you don't know if it would actually work because you now know magic needs a power source, and you know your magic comes from this land and your bloodline.
Mhm.
His magic came from something else that you just don't have.
This thought might, with what I want to do, this might turn Thorsten into a lich. I don't know.
Sure.
knows?
Of course.
It's a soft maybe for him.
You're saying that like you were not on that path already?
Not that's not
Entirely.
his
Not
goal.
officially.
That's just like something on the side. If it happens, it happens.
It's a hobby.
you
you
are
know?
discovering, Thorsten, that many things that you believed were impossible are possible.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
especially
merely
after literally
preposterous.
witnessing and doing it myself.
You did. And which means that whatever he knew and he did was possible. But he's dead, unfortunately. But and you can't bring back the dead, right?
Yet.
Can you?
But right?
That's what I was
Or
going to try and do.
or Thorsten, or
Oh,
could you? So Thorsten, so Henrik, do you just hang out for
Yeah.
hours watching Thorsten dissect a bird?
I think I hang out for like a good hour.
Cool. It's gonna be a lot longer of Thorsten doing this than an hour.
Okay. I
Yeah.
will ask Thorsten what his plan with this is, because I've seen him dissect him. It's like, first I want to ask where you're going with this. So I'm glad we...
Mariella told me that he has information, and I am going to try and get said information.
Ask how?
Yeah, Henry is fucking.
Right? This is
Magic?
Fine.
I assumed that. I was gonna ask specifically how he was gonna tell you that.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
You may not see me for many moons.
Right. No, you don't like people down here, so I will check in here. Catalina will check in on you. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I will. I'll be out in a little bit after I do some things, just to make sure everything else is okay. I mean, God's sakes, Marielle almost drowned. I want to make sure she's still good.
Right.
All right. Excellent. So we're gonna rush away. Nymora and Tedric, you are still together. Not sure what happened, waiting for the report. And Orton walks in and goes, "So Nymora, my lord."
I look
The
really sad.
the bird has been shot down.
Good.
Immediately happier.
Yep, it's dead. It is we have a dead, I believe, some kind of seabird, seahawk of some kind.
We probably needed him alive, didn't we?
Well, if you needed the bird alive, it is dead. So
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where it is?
Lord Henrik had it last that I saw. I came here to
Right.
then let
Do
you know.
where
I
my
believe
son is.
I believe he is with your brother.
Okay.
I
Do you
believe
know
they
where
are
my brother is?
like I can find out.
Thank you.
Anything else, my lord?
Send Kyle.
Kyle. Yes, of course.
My cup seems to be empty.
Glaring at him. Excellent.
After Orton leaves, Nymora kind of like looks sidelong at Tedric, just like, were you really planning on doing it, my lord?
I was. The only reason was to spare my wife from doing it, though. Because if
So-
somehow he was lying, which obviously he was, I wouldn't want her to be drowned by a maniac. A
That is-
fanatic.
That is a hard thing to learn, I think, and one that maybe someday I will also be making decisions, that it is easier to make decisions for groups of people than it is to make them for single people, individuals. But I don't think that it would have been worth it for you to maybe throw your life away for that kind of knowledge, whatever he was promising.
For all I know, the knowledge could have driven me mad.
It would have been like drinking from a poisoned well.
Yes.
Maybe it would have slaked your thirst, but at what cost?
Made him thirstier.
I'm glad you listened to your wife. The Lady Vivian is very
That's
wise.
why I have her. That's why she is my one and only. So, how have you been, Nightmore? I haven't really asked you that in a while.
Tilt
mean,
my
I-
head a little bit. Like, it's, I mean, it's not something. I thank you for the interest, but I mean, my life is in service to you. I think the only thing that's happened is that Cedric and I are going to get married, but
That's I mean,
You,
that's news to you, Tedric.
you and Cedric.
yes, my lord.
Well, obviously the next question is, do you love him?
That's your question.
That's
Okay, better yet, does he make you happy?
I think he could, yes. And he is a dear friend. I don't know if I'm ever going to love him the way that he would want to, but I can try. And I think that we already have something to base a marriage off of that many people don't have, which is the years of experience with each other. We have seen each other already at our worst. And I respect him. And I believe that he respects me. And so that is the plan, at least.
Well, if he cares for you, then any way that you care for him will make him happy.
What he said. I just hope it's enough. I hope that I can.
I'm not a master of these things like I am with sword, but as long as you two stay true to each other, I think you'll be fine. Just don't break the other's trust.
I don't have it in me to be deceitful towards him. I am not very good at lying.
Neither am I.
Okay.
Listen,
With that, I would like to just please move over to Vivian. Vivian?
Hello?
Hello.
you are. Hello.
Hi, hi.
Couldn't hear, but when everyone was like looking at me. Okay.
Sorry.
I realized, oh, something's actually wrong with my headset.
Okay.
Can you repeat that for me, please?
Yeah, I was just saying your name. I was like, Vivian. I'd like to go over to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are out on one of the many sunlit verandas on in your castle.
Mhm.
Gorgeous day. A delicate lace parasol is set up for your delicate lady skin. And you are currently having tea with your brand new daughter-in-law, Ashella Weirlight.
Ah, sounds so good.
It does. Ashella Weirlight sounds natural, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Um, she, you're both sat there, and I think you've been like chatting for a bit. Both of you are like in a sort of more reclined position, chatting with one another, and it's just general like fun chat. Did you have any like quick questions for her for like the beginning of that? Just how to, if she, just fun things, how she feels or anything like that.
Just how she's been, just ask how she's been doing since coming to the Olden Hall. How she's doing, how the adjustment. I know it's only been like
A
3
day.
days, a day, but a lot has happened between the
Yeah.
ceremony.
Since she's been married, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
that was last night.
Mhm.
Well, yesterday morning is when they got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a day. She's like, oh well, I don't believe it's quite sunk in that I'm not leaving the castle. I'm not
Mm.
going to be enjoying this and then heading back to, you know, uh, Ashford. You know, I'm. I'm going to be staying here in the Olden Hall, and it's just I don't think it has quite sunk in yet. But I'm enjoying myself. I will say, well, I would like to say I would like to get to know you more over my time here, if you don't mind.
Of course, I don't mind at all, dear.
Excellent. But beyond that, I will say I had I had a dream last night
Mm-hmm.
with after Henrik and I consummated our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of, that's her just letting you know, like, yeah, we actually fucked, like,
Okay, I'm like,
Mhm.
all right.
because
Okay, that's all.
because you know that it's sometimes it's crapshoot,
Yeah, I'm not pressuring her or anything like that.
She,
Just like,
she knows that, but she's just
Mhm.
sort of letting you know that did happen.
Okay.
And I had a dream, and it sort of set me worrying. And I thought to perhaps ask you about your experiences, as you are rather experienced in this.
Mm-hmm.
As I don't think I could get anything useful out of my mother. And
Mm.
so far in the 4 days I've been here, you have fulfilled every role that my mother should have fulfilled. And you have done so, and it has been very kind, and I have appreciated it a lot.
Well, you will likely be the only daughter that I have that will get to stay with me. So, I would
She
like
nods.
our relationship to be as well as it can be.
She goes,
And-
well, I mean, if you had Mariella married down, then her husband would move in, and same thing with Tisea, but I don't believe you're of that notion.
No, not at all.
It's like, you could have Tisea marry a Beesbury or a Cypress, and then it would guarantee she would never leave.
If she wanted to, I could find a way to. No, I can't even pretend. I can't even. No.
She smiles. She goes, no, I'd thought not, from what Mariella had we spoke about.
Mm.
but I would like to get maybe a bit of your advice on being pregnant and
All right.
what that's like.
Of course.
Because I don't know
Mm.
what that's like.
Of course.
And no one, I mean, I think no one would ever has ever told a young lady what pregnancy is like until she's in it.
Mm.
And Vivian, you're like, yeah, that is completely right.
No, that is super accurate.
Yeah, your mother absolutely never told you what sex was until the night you were supposed to have it.
And it's just like, that's a lot of information to process. In
Yeah,
this
no,
exact
I mean
moment.
it's definitely like a weird hijacking gender thing. It's not good.
Mhm.
They tell men as much as possible and they tell women literally nothing, and then you can't do anything, and then you're pressured, and then it's gross.
Ugh.
Mm,
Ugh.
our society is fucked. Anyway,
Yeah. Absolutely. I will. I don't want to take up all. I don't want to take up all the time with the role play, but I will
well,
absolutely.
no, I just
Oh.
want a specific little scene with you, so you're
Okay.
fine to say stuff. That's why we're having it.
No problem.
Just before we go to a break.
Mm.
But yeah, she's just like, if you could tell me, I guess what I should do if I'm pregnant, because
Yeah.
if my dream is to be believed, I believe I am.
What dream did you have, dear? Because one day, I mean,
Very
I'm happy to have this
specific.
conversation. One day is.
Oh, I don't
Seems-
feel any different.
Mm.
I wouldn't be able to tell if I was,
Mm.
but the dream I had said, well, I was pregnant in it,
Oh.
and it seemed as if nothing I did was the right thing. It always felt that everything I did, I failed in some way. And then, well, I don't really want to talk about the ending, but it wasn't good, and it's worried me that I will do something wrong.
Well, I
And
will
it
say,
and it
yeah.
and seeing as how so many women lose children,
Mhm.
it must not be a simple thing, pregnancy. Otherwise, there would be no worry.
That is true.
So if you could just oh, sorry.
Yes. Well, for the biggest worries, we do have Thorsten here to help with all of the medical and maester things that would come with complication. But there is fear to be. I know many ladies just you see them after the child is born. Everyone is happy that there's a little one in the house and it's all fun, but there is fundamental change that happens. And then there is, in some occasions, where terrible.
Well, I'm sure all of that will be horrible, but I do wish to ask, what is it that I can do to make that better, like me personally?
I mean, in my moments of worry, I've always leaned on T-Drake. If you're talking personally, honestly, you're going to get a lot of things wrong. I don't have a.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so there's nothing I shouldn't drink or shouldn't eat or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, there's a list that I give her, just like a short list that Thorsten told me not to eat, and
yeah, and like that.
Just
This
trying to-
seems what she's asking about. 'cause-
Gotcha. Okay, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but
Yeah,
okay.
she
I
seems
just
like she's
reassured-
asking for things that she can physically do to like help guarantee that her pregnancy goes well.
Yeah, then can I just?
And
give her
she
what-
and after a moment you realize she's definitely not talking about emotional stuff.
Oh,
She's
okay. Then why? Okay, then I'll just tell her.
yeah, because she looks shocked by all of these. Like she has no idea. Like she's never even heard of this. She's like, you can't drink alcohol.
Yeah,
She's
just
19.
giving her the full lesson now that I'm understanding. I was just like, oh, okay, full nothing, got it. Okay, yeah.
Full nothing. What?
Like the physical things, like she has clearly no idea. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
yeah. So yeah, you realize, yeah, and Vivian, you realize, like, yeah, you. It's been a long time since you were this girl, right?
Mhm.
You've had, what is it, 7 children now, nearly, and so it's so old hat to you, and to see her face of like, she's just a babe in the woods, and yeah, no one told her anything. And you realize, like, you like did some of your own, you asked people and whatnot, but it seems like Ashella hasn't asked anyone but you.
Okay.
And she's just like, I know I'm not pregnant, and we haven't said we have. I feel like I want to do something, just anything to just make it feel like I have some say in whether my child is healthy or not.
You have, I mean, you have all the say, and you can do all of these things, and unfortunately, that is the bit of trust that you'll have to put to those around you. Also, when the time comes, it is. I don't know everything about that part, but you can. This that you can do is what is within your.
Yeah, she nods, and she seems to be very happy with, like, that there is stuff. But she's definitely confused by some of it. Obviously, some of the information on this list is fucking nutso, because while Thorsten is good, he still isn't modern medicine good. It's just
Not
like,
yet.
no.
For sure, definitely like some weird medieval stuff on them.
Just
Do not
give him
eat
a few
list
hundred
2. Yeah.
years because he'll have the time.
So
Yeah.
don't look at an eel.
Yes,
It's
as a
just
lich.
bad omens from that. Yeah.
Yes, never look at eels, and she's like, okay, don't look at eels. Like,
Don't let cats sleep on top of you. That's another thing.
Good, understood.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just seems like this just small thing that Vivian, Vivian, if you want to give me an awareness empathy roll.
Okie I do. All right. Ready to go if you are. I don't have any bonuses to.
Yeah,
help
you
you
good.
out.
You gotcha.
All right, here we go. 12.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, 12. Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely read from Ashella that it's literally been a day, and she's already like, she seems really focused on having a kid, and she seems scared. Not, you don't think of this place or of you or of Henric, but you definitely tell when she was young and something stuck with her, that if she doesn't have a baby as fast as possible after getting married, you believe that she believes something bad will happen.
Gotcha.
And you think that Ashella is just looking for some form of control, because this is very much, she was forced into this wedding, and she hasn't had a moment of control in her life for a while, and it looks like she's kind of just looking for you. And it seems, after getting this list, just a simple list that to you is so basic at this point, like you just thought everyone knew this because it's just been so ingrained in you for so long. She seems so relieved by it. And you can tell that Ashella definitely is like really appreciative of what you've done. And yeah, but you still think that there's still that worry of like, okay, now she's cool, I've got this, and it looks like she's trying to memorize the list. And this girl seemed,
I'll put my hand on hers and be like, Ashella.
She like looks up at you, and she definitely has the like, yeah.
You are a Weirlight now, dear, and there's nothing that you need to do to prove anything to our family. It's all right to breathe, and enjoy your time with Henry.
She like blinks, and she's like looking for your through your eyes a little bit, like she's searching. If you think, and are you being genuine?
I'm being fully 100% sincere.
Yeah. Okay. And since you are, she kind of just blinks and is like, I don't know how many people know this. It's just sorry. It's I know that. And she nods and she smiles. I think I am coming to understand that. I know that truly. And sometimes it's hard for me to believe. No one really knows how our family, where I came from, worked. Uh, I've come to realize a lot of people don't know this because people just knew that my father, when he married, married into my mother's family. Of course, because my mother. But before he was married to my mother, he was actually married to her sister. And after 2 years of marriage, she didn't birth any children. And so my father demanded my mother's family get him a new bride. I was told this story by my mother in a cautionary tale of what is expected of me. So I know that you are all kind and you do accept me, but I don't want to give a reason for that to go away. And realize she's like surprised she just said that out loud. But Vivian, I think seems like you get the picture.
Yeah, I am livid. Yeah. Well, we have all been taught how to defend ourselves from the requirement of the status we all. But Ashella, I promise you, I will never this family defends its own against every.
She just kind of leans back and nods and okay. And she does look at Vivian and goes, I still do really want a child, though. Is that okay?
It's perfectly fine, dear. I'm going to have the most beautiful grandchildren in all the reach, so who am I
You
to
are.
complain? So, of course, dear.
And when I do, will you help me?
Of course.
Okay. Excellent. well, that is enough emotion for me. Is this something that we could do to like have the gods fight or something?
Oh, yes, all the time. They are ready at the drop of a hat.
Call for Micah.
I-
Micah, come take off your shirt.
I would love the concept of Mariella coming in, just flinging down. It's like, I got first blood, but Peter Primaris.
Peter Primaris got it. Hang on. And then Nishella's like, Peter Primaris? I don't know of a Peter Primaris.
Oh no.
Lady Vivian, do you know a Peter Primaris?
Older, I believe he's the older brother, youngest.
Second son.
Oh, there we are.
Oh. Crazy. Nobody even knew that.
But at the
Christ.
end, Henrik did not get the winning shot, so I consigned myself the winner since I did have first blood.
Congratulations.
But like, was it not lords versus ladies and a lord?
It is.
got
In the end, the lords did acquire it, but
and the
I
head of the
consider-
lords team was my husband. Was it not?
Well, Darren did find the
babe.
game.
It sounds like my husband won.
Ah. If that is what will make you happy, then that is what it will be, because it is still your wedding festivities.
I'm like, thank you, sister.
The right thing.
Like,
It's
all
the
right.
thing.
I do have a question though. Was it one of my birds that died, or was it somebody else's bird that
No,
died?
it wasn't one of yours.
Thank God.
Okay. It's like I would have been totally understanding because mine were the first into the fray, and I get it. So
Mhm,
I
they
just
were,
wanted
they
just
were.
wanted to clarify if one of mine.
Now
died.
I rolled for randomly, and it wasn't one of yours.
Okay.
Your birds are unharmed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Excellent. And then you watch large men fight.
Yay.
Go Cord! Go Cord!
Yay. And at that, we are going to either take our break. And when we come back, something completely different.
Yeah, but something
Completely different.
completely different.
But yes, bathroom, food, anything you need. We will have our break and we'll be back momentarily. See you then.